Within hours of the emergency imposition, the crackdown began. The imposition of the emergency was technically within the constitutional framework.
इंदिरा जी लोकतंत्र की रखवालदार थी, चौकीदार थी असली।
Gandhi's decision to remain on the PM seat even after HC's verdict was also legal.
कांग्रेस के माथे पर जो पाप है ना, वो कभी भी धुलने वाला नहीं।
Reports suggest that around 11 million Indians were sterilized. A new wave of politics emerged. The Janata Party, which became the face of resistance, rose to power. Exactly 50 years ago, the Indian democracy ended briefly. The Iron Lady brought down the hammer and a young nation came to a standstill. Imagine a democracy where opposition leaders are jailed, the press is taped, and civil liberties are notional. That's exactly what happened in India for around 21 months. Those were the darkest 21 months of independent India, and they were scripted by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi.
हमारे देश में संविधान को नोच लिया गया, इमरजेंसी आपातकाल लाया गया, संवैधानिक व्यवस्थाओं को समाप्त कर दिया गया, देश को जेल खाना बना दिया गया।
The imposition of the emergency was technically within the constitutional framework. India was still a democracy, but the government did not function like one. The question is, what led to the imposition of emergency? What made Indira Gandhi take this drastic step? On June 25, 1975, an emergency was declared under Article 352 of the Constitution. This article at that time allowed such a proclamation on the grounds of internal disturbance. What triggered the move was Allahabad High Court's verdict that found PM Gandhi guilty of electoral malpractices. The court also invalidated Gandhi's 1971 election win. The Congress government was already under fire. There were massive protests raging Indira Gandhi. Amid a rising wave of agitation and demands of resignation, the Prime Minister chose to declare an internal emergency. What followed after the declaration is now written in the history books. Reportedly, over 11,000 people were arrested. Major opposition leaders like L.K. Advani, Morarji Desai, and Jyoti Basu were jailed. In fact, for many young people, the agitation against emergency became the plank from which they rose to national politics.
I was arrested 1 month after emergency was declared. The sword was hanging on our heads right from the day when emergency was declared. They banned RSS and all those people who were at that time fighting for some democratic rights and also for the problems faced by the country.
Within hours of the emergency imposition, the crackdown began. Many newspapers were not allowed to function. Some Indian newspapers published blank pages protesting the declaration. Reports suggest more than 250 journalists were jailed. At the center of the chaos was Indira's son Sanjay Gandhi. Many say he ran an almost parallel government with the backing of the Prime Minister. And so many of the decisions made were obviously contentious. He pushed a 5-point program. It included family planning targets, which led to forced sterilizations. Reports suggest that around 11 million Indians were sterilized. Many government officers reportedly submitted before the surgeons just to get their paychecks cleared. A massive so-called cleanup drive left many without shelters. Around 12,000 slums were demolished at the time. In Delhi alone, reportedly 70,000 people were displaced. These horrors continued for 21 months in India. A democracy which was just around 30 years old saw one of its darkest eras. But how did it all end? The Lok Sabha elections were set to be held in 1976. However, Parliament extended its term by a year. The exact reason behind Indira lifting the emergency is not known, but many believe that she was convinced of winning the next polls. Also, some say that better sense prevailed and she took the decision. But with the elections held in 1977, a new wave of politics emerged. The Janata Party, which became the face of resistance, rose to power, led by Morarji Desai. India finally got its first non-Congress PM 30 years after independence. Cut to 2025. An NDA government led by the BJP is in power in India. Remember, the Janata Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party share some roots, and now June 25 is remembered as Samvidhan Hatya Divas. As mentioned earlier, the emergency imposition was within the legal framework. India was still a democracy. Gandhi's decision to remain on the PM seat even after HC's verdict was also legal because the Supreme Court allowed her to remain in that position.
किसी भी लोकतंत्र में आपातकाल को एक संवैधानिक मान्यता है, तो आप उसे संवैधानिक हत्या दिन या लोकशाही विरोधी दिन नहीं मान सकते। इंदिरा गांधी उस वक्त भी हेराफेरी करके, दहशत और भय निर्माण करके पैसों के बल से चुनाव जीत सकती थी, लेकिन इंदिरा जी ने वो नहीं किया, क्योंकि वो इंदिरा जी लोकतंत्र की रखवालदार थी, चौकीदार थी असली। आज क्या हो रहा है, आज की स्थिति से तुलना करो 2014 के बाद इस देश में 11 साल हो गए अघोषित आपातकाल है।
But isn't Sanjay Raut calling Indira Gandhi the chowkidar of democracy, stretching it? Her own grandson also accepts that declaring emergency was a mistake. Now the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, alleges India is facing a silent emergency.